So recently, these images dropped about Kratos from the TV show, the God of War TV show that's coming out. Now, I love God of War, the game. I've played them so much, and I love those games dearly. And these images have set the fan base in a bit of a kind of a spiral because they're trying to say that Dari Olafsson, or that's how I can't pronounce his last name that well, but I know his first name is Dari. The guy who's playing Kratos doesn't look anything like Kratos right now. And it's just kind of sent everybody in a spiral when it comes to if this show is going to even be good. But as I have this image up right here, you can kind of see where a lot of people are just saying he doesn't really look much like Kratos whatsoever. And they're mainly talking about his physique here too, as somebody who trains every single day as well. I will have to agree with that. I don't want to just make fun of anybody. I'm not trying to make fun of him, but I think they seriously need to get him on a true training program. You can definitely see some definition in his arms, shoulders, and traps, but that is 100%. They definitely need to get him on a different training program. I don't know what he's on, but you know, for the most part right now, he just does look like he hasn't been training very much. And from the small amount of research I've been able to look at, it doesn't look like Olaf has been training, or not Olaf, I keep saying Olaf. Dari Olafsson hasn't been training much of anything. I don't see anything on Instagram. I don't see anything just on the internet in general. Maybe he's been training in private, and hopefully he has been. But for the most part, it doesn't look like he's been training whatsoever. And I completely understand the sentiment by fans that they're a little bit pissed off just by how it looks. I mean, personally, the armor looks good. I think the armor and costumes and the set looks really good. But ultimately, Kratos is supposed to be this extremely intimidating and powerful being. And part of that whole point of being Kratos is to be extremely jacked. One of Kratos' most defining features is his beard and his muscles, so that's kind of where the focus has to be on, and I'm not blaming Bari for this whatsoever. This should be somebody who's part of the production team, who's part of the casting team that needs to be well aware of this. It needs to get somebody, a dietitian, nutritionist, and trainer in. Also, sometimes when you're changing filming locations, when you're traveling and doing all that stuff, you typically have about like 1 to 2 weeks of downtime where you can just train. So hopefully he's training during that time as well. Hopefully they have him with a nutritionist and trainer in order to get him in shape. But yeah, I'm not going to sit back and say fans don't have a right to be upset about this, because we've been burned so many times when it comes to past shows and past other TV installments from games that ended up being tragically bad, or you can tell that the casting was absolutely horrible. I don't think the casting is horrible here, to be honest. I just think he needs to take a little bit of time, a little bit of extra time just to train and really get that Kratos feel, if that Kratos look that they're trying to go for. Take someone like David Cornsweet, for example. When he was training for Superman, he really built this extreme physique that can only be really achieved through a lot of time training, obviously a little bit of steroids as well. But if you didn't want to take steroids or anything like that, you don't have to. I mean, I don't usually recommend it whatsoever. But in order to just really get into the role, I think he should maybe have taken 1 to 2 years, even if he really wants to get it right. I say maybe take 1 to 2 years, or maybe a whole year off, and just really just focus on training and getting his body right. Someone like David Cornsweet did something very similar. Or he could even take the Robert Pattinson route, where he didn't take any kind of steroids, anything kind of crazy. He just kind of just trained in between filming, and it kind of gave him a good physique for the Batman movie, especially to be playing a younger Batman. That was the whole portrayal of the Batman movie a couple years ago, was that it was a younger Bat. But also at the same exact time, personally, I'm not going to judge the show until it fully drops. As I said, I think the costumes, I think the casting they've been doing for other characters as well have been really good. And it does look like they're at least taking it pretty seriously. They're pretty much going by the book with how the game looks. Obviously, we won't be able to see that until the show fully releases, but I trust them at least to do that. But so far, judging from this first image, you know, this first image isn't good. I'm not going to put that much stock in it though. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. May the force be with you, and as always, have a great rest of your day.